Zane, we're on location.
That's where we are, Zane. So what you
said? It might be in like some shithole like Detroit. Hey, shout out Motown. No. Are we on?
Yeah.
Keep that in.
Yeah. Detroit. What's her name? Right back there. Val, baby.
Is he?
Yeah.
She shouldn't like Detroit.
Michigan, what? We should probably explain. I don't know. Welcome back. Podcast.
Wait, ready?
Not a bot? Yeah.
We're still not a bot.
Same name?
I got
Same name, guys. Same name. All right.
Let's call it Fusion Presets. Ready? And we're going to change it again. Fuck it. Why not? We haven't even made the goddamn product yet. Anyways, I've been around corporate too much this week. All right. And do I have to lean in? I should probably lean in a little bit. Or do I need more books? I can go steal more books. I'm going to steal some more books.
More books. We're getting more books, folks. This is all the B-roll. B-roll. As we...
Oh my God, this is so fucking heavy. Move. There we go. Jesus.
Okay, so we've just changed the decor of this hotel.
It was necessary. Just to be very clear.
Comida.
Comida.
Yeah. You can have comida sometime.
Are we
on
this?
So we'll just do like at an angle. I mean, really, if I had a clip up here, it would be better, but whatever. We're doing this live.
Hold on. I think I brought this.
That's going to happen. That's going to keep happening. But
that's all we can do. If you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. All right, huh? How about that, huh? Tired of you people. Tired of you people. I want negative watchers. All right. Cold open? I was told to do cold open.
Cold open.
All right.
Should we admit we do? We're using Claude to write these, and that's the whole point.
Maybe that's how we spin into.
That is how
hey, for outlines and stuff, like, does anyone like doing outlines? You like doing first drafts? Nobody likes doing a first draft. That's stupid.
No.
What could go wrong? All your data could be lost forever. Other than that, piece of cake. There we go. Cold open. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Zane, you're not in your house.
Not my house.
This is not my house. It got really weird. Oh,
he's guessing the back.
We're actually on location at a super secret location.
Super secret location. Is it the NFL draft?
It might be the NFL draft.
Might be somewhere with the NFL draft, but I don't know if it is the NFL draft.
Well, there is beer. Yeah. You know that.
Oh yeah. So 3 podcasts in and we're already drinking on this thing. This is great.
Is this going to go some kind of flag on YouTube?
Yeah. A good one.
Well, you know what?
That's how you get monetized.
So fine. Jim and I can do his work.
So yeah, not a bot, still not a bot, still
not a bot.
On location. We found ourselves together in one spot. Are we going to disclose what it is? Maybe we'll by the end. Stay tuned.
We'll see if the beer empties. If the beer empties, loose lips, shank chips, and all that stuff, right? But
absolutely.
Speaking of loose lips, shank chips, that could have been a dangerous segue. So let's just tighten that up a little bit. But speaking of that whole mindset, this is why we're not allowed. This is why we have to be in separate domiciles on the other sides of the respective continent.
Nobody here supervised.
But so what's going on? What's the hotness this week, man? Or this month, this year? Like, we also have to understand how online content works. Somebody could be watching this in the year 2044. I'm like, what's this man talking about?
That's true.
Was he taken over by the robots?
Yeah.
Probably.
Is that back when humans used to do podcasts? Yeah. So what is the new hotness?
So the new hotness is everything except like the IT 3D Blaze was like Mythos, Project Glasswing, Mythos.
Project Glasswing.
Mythos. Somebody else?
Still waiting for my answer.
I thought you were in. I thought you were in.
Well,
I thought that was like Broadcom, Cisco, Palo Alto, Zane.
Just Zane. I don't need.
Or was that Amazon? I saw the Z.
It might have been Amazon. Sorry. My application is in. I'm waiting for a call.
I'm not trying to go whole info wars with misinformation. Sorry. So Zane was not, just to be clear, Zane was not in Project Glasswing.
By the Onion this week, by the way. But anyway.
Yeah. So what does this mean? So it was a very cool announcement. Again, practical application. We've talked about practical applications with AI. I think DevSecOps is a pretty good practical application.
Yeah.
But it's a double-edged sword.
Double-edged sword.
So with all your expansive knowledge and experience, et cetera, in the space of cybersecurity, et cetera. By the way, Zane, just many, many years, just an absolute baller in the cybersecurity
Just
space.
a very paranoid IT guy. Really got that.
When you first saw the release, what was your first thoughts of Mythos and Patrick? Because this is another reason me and Zane vibe is our minds just start popping immediately when we see a concept. What was your first initial thought? We actually haven't talked about this, so I'm curious.
When I heard, what the announcement of Mythos was and what come out. I mean, it came out trickled, right? Obviously, I probably heard it in the news, so it was sensationalized. End of the world, Skynet's here.
Not the mainstream media?
Not the Well, no, it was mainstream media.
Are we becoming InfoWars? What just happened? That's the mainstream media.
Someone's got to fill that void. Like I said, they just got to the onion.
A fat head like Alex Jones. Let's keep going.
So, I mean, okay, conspiracies aside, I worked in the news industry for a long time. I was IT, but there's a tendency to sensationalize stories. Let's just say if it bleeds, it leads, like they used to say.
Right.
But what I'm saying by that is it was, hey, out of control Mythos is this terrible thing that, it's so bad they had to hold it back, right? But when you dig into the layers, you realize, I mean, I was impressed. I was kind of excited, like, hey, look, software AI is getting to this point where it can do this simple work for us, not simple work, but it can do this work more simply and actually expose these vulnerabilities, let us clean these up, right? Maybe even shore up some software in the process, but terrified at the same time because I know before it came out, it was all done by humans. So, so what holes is it going to go?
It's doing exactly what we asked it to do, right? So we talked in the first episode of enhancing human experience and bridging the gap of capabilities. This is exactly what we're asking it to do. But now it's also one of those careful what you ask for because it's doing exactly what we asked us to do. But did we assume the risk or understand the risk of what that could be? Of just how flawed are we? On top of that,
and that's probably why they clawed it back, right? I mean, it's the exact same thought. Like, hey, whoa, we clawed it back. Yeah, you like that?
They open claw it back. Come on, get out of here. If you're running open claw, God bless you. I hope you're not doing it in a prod environment.
Open claw.
God bless you.
Yeah, good luck with them tokens, bro.
Hey, as long as you're cred maxing, bro. What are tokens anymore? Does it matter? But
tell my daughter cred maxing on my podcast.
the whole concept of this is once we expose this, it's going to expose human flaws. Now, what is the problem with having, the skeleton key that can open anything? So it's one of those, okay, if this exists, what if it's in the hands of the wrong folks?
Yeah.
Right. I think that's the philosophical statement of some folks have kind of made the statement on that. I think some hacker groups have claimed, I think it's still being validated, that they'd actually got the source code. Which again, we hear that all the time.
We got that source code leak, and I know it was separate, but it's
right. And it's like, who was the source? Oh, it was Trust Me Bro 2099 on Reddit. Like, got it. Cool.
So just give me your money because I got your data.
Right. I have Mythos, and I'm going to put them on the phone. You better look out.
Mythos where.
But I think it's very interesting, right? Is once it becomes the standard, the norm, and I think this is also what we're experiencing from the AI lens is the more normalized it has become, we're seeing pros and cons.
Yeah.
Right. So you're seeing like, I'm getting time back. You can take the pessimistic view of, a certain company laid off 30,000 people because AI is the future. Some people say, hey, those are 30,000 people that can possibly be twice as more productive, or maybe they get better quality of life. Again, double-edged sword, right?
I was having that talk last night. We're at a group function and
at the NFL draft.
At the NFL drafts, one does talk.
Fernando Mendoza was talking about this.
Exactly. Very smart gentleman. What that future looks like, is it laying everybody off? Just making a better quality of life. So you're right. So we're getting these tools that should make a life better, but they're exposing all the flaws and all the vulnerabilities that were there before.
Yeah. Hey, surprisingly, Mendoza, Gemini guy.
Oh, is it really?
ChatGPT, loves Gemini.
Gemini, this? I told you that?
Confirmed. Oh, we talked.
Yeah.
At the draft. We're at the draft, Zane.
What's your favorite AI, right?
My favorite AI. It's the first thing I asked him.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you want on the 40? How much do you bench?
Yeah.
Favorite LLM?
Yeah. It's in the combine, I think now.
It was in the packet. Anyways. But yeah, so I think it's going to be potentially a landscape shift. Now, I'm really going to be interested to see is, as we know in this whole environment of who's going to answer, who's going to respond, who's going to be the rebuke, what's going to be the deep seek moment of this new revelation of, okay, we're now ready to take on enterprise-grade security application
Yeah.
from a DevSecOps perspective. This is the first foray from Mythos. What's OpenAI going to respond with? What's going to be the Google response?
That's the thing. It's a ticking clock, right? They even say like, this is going to get, they're going to create it. They're going to create it. We just need it first. Yeah.
So we're getting one step closer to Skynet.
Yeah. Well, of course. That's
conspiracy thing.
But, you know,
we're this close, guys.
Skynet doesn't have to. I mean, if we don't anger it, it won't set off the nuclear missiles. That was really what it was. Do you like the approach that they took?
So I'm a
Should they have not freaked everybody out, or is it very nice to be transparent, open? Hey, this is why we're releasing this. Maybe it's a signal. I'm leading the witness here, probably to the other companies that might have it. Like, hey, responsible use here is this. I don't know.
Yeah,
what do you think? Is that approach good?
There's two ways to look at that, right? Well, we're going to launch our nukes first, so good luck. So no, I think it's a good approach. I think we're not going to really know until we see more than 8 companies that have been given access to LLMs. So there's more than folks that are just the industry side. 2 hardware vendors. So like also Amazon, like Microsoft. There's been some folks in the financial sector that have been
the largest impact is.
Yeah,
it might be indicative of what it actually can detect and has detected and what they have signs of. Maybe.
Exactly. But what I have seen and what I do think is going to be great is as this scales down, it's going to make cyber resilience much better. It's going to force the entire security department and every single IT shop to change their approach on active development of what is our active ongoing security posture, because it's still proactive as much as it can be. This is a level of proactive that is unheard of. Now, I do believe we need the concept of human in the loop. This is not a reason you do not give the keys away to any sort of LLM that is designed to this. This is why MCP is important. This is why human loop is important. This is why data governance is important, right? Make sure that you're not feeding your unique trade secrets into an LLM and have a little whoopsie diddle and like, oh yeah, I found that code flaw because that feature exists over here at your competitors. I was like, what is that? What?
Yeah, wait,
right?
what?
Things happen, right? Data governance is a thing, kids. This is why we don't run open claw and prod. Right?
So that's a more PSA message right there.
Hey, what you get the man. All right, in post, we got to get the rainbow at the drafts. The rainbow at the draft, first ever.
I'll put that in.
Yeah, but that's another interesting thing we've talked about. A lot of our peers, a lot of friends, heck, I've even dabbled. I think everyone's dabbled at this point on the concept of vibe coding and what it can be and what the impact can be.
Talked about a little bit today in one of the
we did at the drafts.
Yeah,
and the combine.
Kind of AI was a thing. We get scared of it. Now it does useful stuff. Now we're off to the races. Yeah.
And there was a great quote. I'll quote directly by man I admire very much. I'll say his name is Sean Rosebear. Said, "Hey, it was great when kind of liked it when nobody was coding.
Yeah,
right. Kind of liked it when you actually had to know what you were doing and have the human application skills.
You're educated in it.
Exactly. Yeah. So now I can have. But the cool aspect, again, we're playing devil's advocate the whole podcast now. Apparently, is I can now have 20 ideas go at once, and if 19 of them suck, okay, no big deal. I didn't lose a whole lot. Spend some tokens.
Custom development's $20 instead of $20,000, and you can make mistakes faster. You can fail faster. As they say in the
spatial, like say, fail fast or get to the no, right?
Get to the no. That's right.
It'll give you. It's called. You know what? Young ESCs out there.
Yeah.
Best skill you can have: get to the no. Know if you're wasting your time. If you don't know what that means, read Zane's book.
Yeah.
Zane, tell him about your book.
It's coming. It's coming out. Claude's editing it right now. Publish that soon. I'm gonna write an SC book. There's enough of them out there for Claude to get me. This is a really bad analogy or parallel, but I didn't grow up, but I started in the newspaper industry, and I even started in graphics, got an IT.
Yeah.
So this probably doesn't work, but it was. I heard this today when I heard that quote. Is used to trade graphic cards or material for newspapers and magazines, and I guess even websites.
Mm-hmm.
And then the personal PC got cheap and applications got cheap.
Yeah.
And then people just made stuff.
Yeah.
And I actually had a job where I was paid to take that garbage that was come from agencies and fix it so that it could go out the door, because it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work in what we needed to do in post-process or post-production. So I don't know why they drew that parallel today. Like, yeah, now you just open up the floodgates. You made it cheap, made it easy to do. I can do it on a weekend. I can do it in my spare time. I have an idea. I don't need to know how to code. And, now the industry's going to have to, I don't say deal with it, but where are the vulnerabilities in it? Is it secure as it should be? Is it truly a code that's going to work the whole time, right? Especially at scale or in the enterprise, as you would say, there's a difference between that home-based AI and enterprise.
And this is the interesting thing.
It's a weird reference, I know, for the people in newspapers. I always like to bring newspapers back, even though I guess they still exist.
Let's keep them alive.
Yeah.
Read about it in this book.
In my book.
From newspapers to greatness.
Coming out next month. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me add that chapter to Claude.
Newspapers to greatness. From print to awesome. My story. But the concept of being able to go, do 20 projects at once, or sling and see what sticks is another phrase that, I've heard for a while. But I think it's interesting. It's very cool. I think from a personal perspective is great. If you're in the startup, if you want to go say, hey, I can provide my business. What I will tell you, and I'll call it a lukewarm take. It's a hot take, but I keep hearing, SaaS is dead, man. SaaS is dead. SaaS is not dead.
No.
SaaS is not dead, because the same amount of tokens it's going to take to maintain that platform is going to cost you more than the SaaS platform, more than likely.
Yeah.
That's the realistic thing, right?
The models changed. The financial model has changed. I think that's the biggest thing. I've been talking about that lately. Yeah. Because these tools exist. You're just going to pay it in a different way.
And I think I've heard the phrase SaaS is dead for about, 18 months as of the recording of May 2026, June, April. Where am I? When's the draft? April 2026. It's today, Zane.
When is it?
It's today.
Where is
it? We just missed him. So he's having a good time back there. God bless him. I'm sorry you're going in Las Vegas. No, but the cool thing about this is when you have a cool idea, you want to share it with everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I have some very passionate, we have passionate friends and coworkers that are really excited about this topic and are all into it. And they hear the horror stories of, Open Claude kind of ate itself. Like, what kind of data did you give access to it? Some personal stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you didn't apply any data governance, right? So when you want to dip a toe into big boy IT, which is what AI is, right? It's just another workload.
Yeah.
But it is a workload.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think anyone was like, you know what? I think I'm going to deploy SQL 2003 in my house because I want to do a better job of tracking, all the things that are in my catalog of books. Like, no one's doing that, right? It's a recipe, right? Yeah. So the first thing my wife needs to do is put that in the Access database. It'd be fantastic.
Personal database.
Shout out to the wife. Yeah. Not at the draft.
Well, and even with AI, you don't, especially at that level, quite know what control it has, what it can do, what it can't do, what it's talking to.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Especially
if you vibe code it, you're like, hey, this is my idea. I'm not real specific.
I think I've said this every episode.
Preclude other things.
I'm gonna take a drink. Great power comes great responsibility. And AI is very powerful. Yeah. Ease of use also needs probably a lot of power, right? Because if you understand, you're old men shaking their fists at clouds like me and Zane, do you realize how much work it used to take to have a development lifecycle, to have the infrastructure to support it, to have the security protocols wrapped around it, to make sure data is not accessed, that's protected? Like there's a lot of things into this. So cool is neat. Just make sure you're risk averse, man. Don't dox yourself, for crying out loud. So
don't turn over all the keys to it.
Or one more. 2 rainbows. I need 2 rainbows in post. Any other thoughts on that?
No, you just can't turn over all the keys to it. I think you said it before. The human governance or the human governance or interaction is very important. I don't know. Maybe take baby steps. Maybe you're not quite a developer. Take the baby steps. And by baby steps, I mean, I don't know. Don't give it everything. Code it. Maybe ask it to create data for you. So you put into it to see what the output looks like. Through that, you might even get a developer mindset. Like, hey, okay, this is what I have to consider. I have to build this into my model.
Yeah. You realize that an LM can create garbage data for you, right? Like no one actually uses actual data in the testing process, right? It's like, what would be great what if I got access to my company's Salesforce instance and exposed the thousands and hundreds of thousands of customers to my flippy LLM?
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Very innocently. Like you just removed every control that might have been in place, hopefully, by just dumping it. Yeah, absolutely. That's
Have to help pay with good ninjas, man.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Don't feed your.
But it's very dangerous, right? So you say, hey, again, this is how I started on this. It was months and months and months ago. Of hey, what do I need to get going? I say, well, you need GitHub, down to Vercel, and they made it sound so simple.
Yeah.
Like I just asked them, like, hey, how do I make a paper airplane? Same simplicity, same form factor, but it's something very, very freaking powerful. That it oversimplifies. And I think that's really the tone of all this is oversimplifying very complex processes is great.
Yeah.
Oversimplifying the comprehension of the impact is the gap.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people get.
That's the learning process you should be on.
Yep.
That's exactly right. As you use these tools. Yeah. But I hope it's clear as we go along. We're not against these tools.
No, not at all.
These tools are great. Every day. Make big impact on our life. They do already. I do. Heck, I've shown my kids to help tutor math. Like it does a really good job of, laying things out for you. It's a very good logic machine, but don't, be very careful with what.
Some may have used Claude to make an outline for this show.
Might have. He's a whole show that only Claude.
The virtual assistant is not here, right? Clippy's not here saying the whole thing though, right? Give me some information. The practical application was here. X, Y, Z. I will say he did recommend that we just do a cold open, to which we thought that just meant we just like stare into the camera, like just a couple of weirdos,
light shows,
and then start talking. So again, LLMs aren't perfect. I did see a fantastic infographic of when you put all your eggs in one basket for LLMs.
Yeah.
And I got to remember who it was. I shared on LinkedIn. I'll give you credits going forward, but it was kind of asking, hey, LLM, is this mushroom poisonous? No, I'm pretty sure it's not. Person eats the mushroom, they die. It's like, oh, turns out it was poisonous. Would you like to know more about it in this genealogy? And the guy's just sitting there, right? It's just risk reward. Make sure the risk reward is there. Trust but verify. Trust but verify has never been more real ever in one's life. If you've never heard that phrase, go read a book.
I'm not sure if do you use other AI to verify it? I have seen an example of that, and we may know the person that showed that to me. You just watch AI argue with itself. But
yeah, it's a very expensive science experiment. Yeah, it's a good buddy of mine.
I think you have to verify.
Good buddy of mine created a really awesome app where LLMs will just fight with each other.
Yeah.
Like the old McLaughlin group, remember that? Like on like Sunday mornings and C-SPAN or whatever, they would just yell and scream at each other about nothing.
Yeah. And then they got way off topic.
Exactly
it. Yeah.
Are we the McLaughlin group?
We might be. I said off topic and I don't even remember what we started with. Just kidding. Yeah, no, Mythos, I think it's going to be interesting to track this and follow this along. It's going to have to come out against like I said, it's a ticking clock because everybody's going to amend it. One of them is going to be the shadow IT group or the dark IT, whatever you want to call it. And they're going to use it for bad. I hadn't thought about them just bluffing. I have Mythos. Give me $50,000.
Yeah. I mean, that's how
you're just scared, like, okay.
You got it, man. It's worse than ransomware.
If anybody doesn't does that, don't believe me.
Oh, wait a minute. Did we?
Jesus Christ.
You just did it.
You just did it. Else, kind of.
Well, guys, this might be the last episode. And if it is, tell my story.
I might come up with a lot of conspiracy theories. I might actually be causing them. I am the conspiracy theory.
He is the conspiracy. So cool. I think that's a good way to start.
It'll be exciting. Keep watching this. Definitely look.
It's just an exciting space because it's so iterative and it's the fastest I've ever seen technology evolve since I've been in IT. Almost 25 years. It's pretty fascinating.
My Mac Mini's coming. I bought into it, and I'm gonna start doing some home projects and just get more and more into it. So
I got one too.
We'll have stories, but hopefully I need my own advice and. Looking forward to it. So.
Yeah, it's either going to be a really expensive GarageBand project, or I
did get Logic on it, so I could also do that on the side. And be like, well, I really just wanted this.
This guy, always hedging his bets. Always hedging his bets. I go bare bones and it forces me to do something with it. It's great.
That's probably a smarter way to go.
So we've always tried to, and it seems like all 3 episodes we've kind of weaved in some sort of like sales thing. So we're both in the technology sales. And there's this theme that I'm kind of passionate about. I think we both like doing enablement things and mentoring and, have people come along. And there's this concept that I've kind of come around to like a lot is concept of presenting with presence and what that means.
Yeah.
Right. So
what does that mean?
You either,
I'll
be very simple. Like I can take you to the TED talk of do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
You got it or you don't get it. Now, if you do have it, you can lose it faster than you know. And what I mean by that is, and I know everyone's been in the situation. If you haven't, you're lying to yourself, where you get off to a good start. You've done all your prep for a meeting. You got your slides, you got your track. You're not even looking at the slides. The clicker's popping. The batteries have changed. You're ready to rock and roll. And the customer goes, I'm not ready to talk about this.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about this today?
Yeah.
And you're just standing there, right?
Yeah.
So do you pivot? Or maybe we start down the
path.
This
is great. This is what I want to talk about. Here's my agenda. Like, whoa.
Yo, cool. Awesome. I don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
In the world of tech sales, that's how the, Lake Crookie crumble, right? Or let's say you're halfway through and somebody spins you down a tangent. This is my favorite thing, right? I usually look for, it's usually the guys that have the ponytails and like the fanny packs. Like, well, actually, did you know that version is not compatible with? Sure. The folks that want to be heard. How to deal with those personas. So all these little things kind of add up to how do you maintain your presence when presenting? I know you can take the level approach of 10,000 hours. Yeah. Maybe that's part of it, but we've all been there before. What has been some of the things that you've used to kind of, stay on target or not to be completely down the path? And so you can't just sit there, right? You can't just be like, well,
I've seen that.
We got donuts. We brought donuts if anyone wants a donut.
I've seen people where, and I might have been guilty of like hitting them and then they just go right back to the message and you're like, man, you're missing the mark here. Yeah. Well, if you're asking me,
yeah.
Well, a couple ways. It really depends in my career, but in some ways I used to just have talk tracks I try to anticipate a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So I knew what I could go down that, especially if it was a product oriented, selling product. Data protection before, now, the industry we're in. That was one way. So I could, and I relish those because that person just told me, all right, what's really fun, what's really important to them.
Yeah.
What's really the key. And if you can just kind of latch onto that and go down it, even if you're a little unconfident, maybe your deck doesn't support it, you can do that. If you can engage that well, I think you actually make a lot of room, you get a lot of credit for that in the room.
Yeah.
In fact, I even go back to my time as an IT admin. I did it a little bit just to test the guy to see if he might do his stuff. So I always draw back on that.
Of course.
But let's say I didn't have a talk track for it, but I'm trying to piece it together. And it might be obvious. This is where it gets complicated for me. I have a conversational type of style. I want to engage, so I kind of look for that. Otherwise I'm just lecturing. And even when I taught in school, the first time I did, or taught in college, when I did the lecture, I hated it. When I did the conversation, it's just boring. So I get inquisitive. I don't know. I'd be curious what you think of this is like, start asking those clarifying questions. Not a question like they ask you a question, you repeat the questions because you're stalling, but like really inquisitive into, well, tell me more about that.
Right.
What does that look like? Let's unpack that. You can do that in a lot of ways. Maybe you don't say those exact words, but like, oh, are you saying this? Like, are you going down this way?
Dive in.
What it is?
Right, yeah.
And I think at that point, if you can really do that connection, you are now having a conversation. This person's like, really do want to explain it to you. Now you might have that guy in the room that just wants to show up for his boss, or he's angry he's there, but you'll find that out real quick.
Let's talk objection handling next time.
Real quick.
We could do 3 hours of objection handling. I also want to know, let you know that we're making podcast history because I just had a beer and a bang. And my head might explode like Scanners. So we're going to take one more sip and I'll give you my answer.
Yeah. Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
We're going
to Hoochie Mama.
The bang backer.
Yeah. This exploding head brought to you by Bang
I don't think I've ever had a bang, by the way. Anyway, we don't have to get off topic.
It's fun. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Looking for that sponsorship. But
this segment brought to you by Bang.
Headbutt the camera. Yeah, good. Yeah, we're tangent. We should tell this. We should run that's called. It should be called Tangents with Zane and Greg.
We're having a good time with Zane and Greg.
But no. So the worst thing you can do is come in with a canned thing that you have to feel like it needs to be heard. You don't need to be heard. You need to hear. Folks have to say if you're not having that conversational first approach, You will lose folks immediately. And sometimes you'll draw folks in that may not have been engaged before. So everyone's had the terrible meetings where, okay, well, that's not what I was here to talk about. So instead of just going, the prompter's not working and pulling a full like Ron Burgundy of, I'm not going to do the whole line, but go F yourself, San Diego.
I'm wrong, Burgundy.
Right. Instead of doing that is, okay, so what do you want to talk about? You're right. You turn it back on them and then start from there. And, sometimes you got to do it live, right? That's the cool thing about this business. Some people hate it. I love about this business is now I'm having a connection. So if I can have a connection with somebody, and even if it's professional, now I can get deeper and understand better.
Yeah.
If you are constantly curious, the best skill you can ever have as someone who presents is to always be curious. Inquisitive.
That's
the other way. Always be curious.
That's the word. Be curious.
Want to know. Honestly want to know. If you don't want to know, then you need to have that mentality going in.
Yeah.
Because if you think the words you say are so important that people need to hear them, no. The words you want to present and the message you want to deliver want to invoke a response that you would get something back, right? We're in the technology sales industry. We need information to give solutions. I don't think anyone has ever stood on a soapbox, sort of maybe P.T. Barnum, and actually sold things that were valuable or even could drive outcomes.
That guy could sell. That guy could sell. But he
not a great human being, but you know what? Maybe there might be better humans to use, but you know what? I said it. Probably the banging beer, not my fault.
No, I think if you're curious, and truly are curious, I want to know what's keeping them up at night. And I hate to use those terms. What's the pain point?
Everybody drink.
What are you trying to solve? Yeah, exactly. You actually make it more of a human connection because that's kind of what it is, right? Hey, we have problems to solve. We want to solve them. We want to know why you are here to help me, right? You're helping. So it's almost having a little empathy too, right? It's almost curiosity with some empathy.
Nobody wants to be
just, I'm going to keep you towards the target. The thing I'm going to give you, I don't know, like maybe some of our competition does. I'm pushing this thing because I'm spiffed on it. I think you might not have that empathy. So I think that shines through. I knew that I can go back to being an IT buyer and I'm like, hey, I got this project. Could I figure it all out myself? Sure. At the time, I don't. So I call a partner. Hey, this is what I need to get done. And then if they didn't deliver me, they're like, well, here's some products. I'd be like, I don't know why I called you. I can go research project. Like I need a solution. I understand why it's together. And that's why I'm going to pay you. That's why I'm coming to you to help me get this across the line. And then make sure you can hand it over turnkey and I can operate it. So anyway, so understand where you're buying.
I had this.
Where the customers come from.
100%. 100%. And I had this epiphany like probably 10, 15 years ago. I was having some work done in my house. And in the same week, I had to buy a new car. Like, ran the miles out of the car. I had to go buy a new car. And I really hated every second of being in a car dealership because it was this pitch and this, and that. And it wasn't what are you trying to do? It was like, let me show you what we got going on with Toyota-thon. It wasn't Toyota, but I'm just, it was that whole mentality of, car salesman. Whereas the carpenter had come to the house with some woodwork and stuff done. He asked like, hey, how do you want this to look and feel? Like, ultimately, understand what you said you need. You said it needed to be 4x6, but like, what are you actually using it for?
Yeah.
And I enjoyed, because it was a conversation. It was like, I enjoyed that. I was like, wait a minute, I did the same thing though.
Yeah.
I bought something I needed. Yeah. I paid him a lot of money because he did great work, but he connected with me in a different way.
Yeah.
No different. He was in a business. He was pitching his services, but he didn't approach it as, okay, yep, here's your spec, here's your table, here's your building materials, Mr. Scupper, Bob Jump.
He understood you weren't buying whatever it was, a cabinet, a shelf. You're buying whatever the result is of that thing. Mm-hmm. Hey, I need something that can store these things, fills this room, fits in the floor, makes you feel comfortable, whatever, ties into the,
he could have came in with his tape measure. Yeah, he could have gave me that tape measure. I'm like, yep, hold on. Here's your write-up.
Yeah.
Let me know if you want to buy
this many books and this will, exactly.
Yeah. He's like, there's going to be books here. Like, actually, I got some nerdy stuff I want to put back there. Okay, well, maybe we need to make this shelf a little higher. So there's that little personal touch that.
Because you're going to use it. You're not. Yeah. You're using the thing. You're using the thing for something in your life.
100%. So that same mentality and approach, it's still a craft. I guess that's what it boils down to is whether you like it or not, the sales is more of an art than a science. It's a craft. Now, there are people that treat the science like, I need to talk now and I must say my words. Yeah. And here are the words you need to hear. And if you don't like these words, then you must be wrong. And this is how you get taken down by the guy with the ponytail and the fanny pack. You get really obliterated.
Because now he's just going to challenge you on the tech.
Now it's just a, pseudo
I
alpha
know
beat
more,
your chest
I know more
things.
things than you, and it's
Right.
a bit, not a bite. And he's going to do that argument with you.
Exactly.
That happens. There's two memes. Hey, by the way, actually, we start that's not bites. I'm like, all right.
I love for the actually, those are my favorite people. Those are my favorite people because I can start having a conversation with them and ask, hey, well, why is that important to you? Why does that matter so much to you? Because I know it's important, but why does it matter to you specifically?
Yeah.
And you actually change their mindset.
Yeah.
The mindset changes because now it's no longer in the factual thing. Now you're in the cognitive thought of, oh, I need to talk about my emotions and feelings as opposed to this very prescriptive thing that I might have a very tuned up, feeling about.
That's a good point. You're saying change your mindset, and that might bring them to your level. If you're providing something, I think we think that in our industry, it's maybe very different than what they had before, but we think it's a better way.
Yeah.
You got to get to that mindset for them to be open to listening to what your proposition is. Otherwise, they're just putting you on the same shelf and
you're just like
relocating you to the same speeds and feeds or whatever it is. The same.
Just like all the other girls.
Like all the other girls.
Right.
Why would they change? It's a lot of headache.
But it's important. And it's not like mental gymnastics. It's not some master psychology thing. Like I don't have a TED talk on this. This is just things you learn over the years. But this is what gives you presence. Does it mean you have to talk? You have to be heard?
Yeah.
But it's about maintaining not control of the room, but presence of a room. And as you iterate on these things over time, it comes with time, but maintaining your presence, meaning if I come in, I have to do X, Y, Z and say X, Y, Z things. Sometimes that might be your role. For those of us that were in the business and doing a lot of work during COVID, you had to have this skill because people were tuned out. There were some folks that were not remote workers by nature and were already tuned out. You had to gather people in some cases. So
it was tough time.
It was tough. And it's one of those things where, and even in an all remote world we have now, how do you get people engaged? Like you've been on webinars with a few hundred people. How do you make sure that everyone, you think you can't get everyone, like we're not doing the, 300, like doing NFL games during COVID, it was like, 500 TVs was just creepy. Right. But how do you make sure people engage, ask questions, understand their personas? Again, this is all part of being curious and inquisitive.
Yeah. I do. So going back to a presentation, I think going into a room, not having some sort of upfront, what are we trying to get to? What are we achieving? And I understand that people are going to change it on you. I've been in that. I was with a CIO. I can't remember. It was remote too. Interesting. Funny enough, I was in the same state. I had gone down there. Mm-hmm. Ended up nobody could be in person, so we just did a different hotel room. But like that guy did it right in the middle. He goes, you know what? Here's the 3 things that are on top of my mind that I'm trying to work on right now, guys. And they'd already kind of trusted the sales team, so I was really refreshing. Now they tried to prep for that call, so it happens. I get it, but you should have some sort of idea, like, hey, these are the things we think they're working on, so you can be prepared, so you can do exactly everything we're talking.
And
make that connection.
I'll summon my
prepare, not study your lines for the lecture you want to give them.
Yeah, you're not going out for a park. Yeah, you're not trying out for King Lear.
In fact, the less slides you can use, the damn better. I'm going to be honest.
Less is more,
and maybe a little less AI in the slides.
I've heard it can be a hindrance.
It can affect some audience members.
Make sure. So let's pivot a little bit. Let's talk about that. AI and slides. I don't want to get too deep on this, but AI and slides, I've seen a lot now. It can be a very powerful tool. Make sure what you're getting is having the impact that you desire.
It's not, hey, make me this image with these words. Make me get this outcome. Actually, it might be a way, but I'm trying to make this impact.
Exactly.
How do I do that, AI? AI might actually be able to be very good at that now that
you got to put them in the right mindset.
If you're just like, here's some data, give me pictures.
Let's say there's Mythos that'll like hack the Pentagon, right? So be careful when you say that.
Mythos will be, first of all, your browsers are bad.
Exactly.
Turn off macros.
Exactly. But I think this is this is an interesting kind of pivot point of, yes, someone can do your slides for you. We're not saying, just have some gobbledygook in the background and just say, so what do you guys want to talk about? Yeah. Right. This is not saying that either.
Fly, just punch it into the LLM and see what we get.
Yeah. Just think, this is the customer. But what I think you always have to go in the mindset with, you might be lucky enough to know the what and the how. You need to know the why. I'll just summon my inner Simon Sinek here is start with the concept of why we're having the meeting, why these people even give you your time, and why they're there.
Because that's what they want to know.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what you're there to solve is the why. The what and the how, that's stuff you work on later. That is for, doing the solution design, putting all together. This is the what and the how. The why is what's important. Understanding that is, why is the only thing that answers outcomes.
Yeah.
1 hour objectives.
And if I tie it back to what we talk about with AI a lot, that's why the human interaction is still there, because the why, the context, the reasons, are probably still very much a human piece. I mean, they're solved through technical means, they're solved through AI, they're solved through tools, but the why is, why are we doing this, is still at this level. So that brings me hope. I'm not supposed to say conspiracy theory, but that brings me hope.
Oh,
well, you're right. We're putting it in the hands of humans.
there we
so
go. We brought him back, kids.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theories ain't not going anywhere. Don't worry.
Conspiracy theory
I'll keep
is,
him alive and alone.
Claude tells me this is how it is, so I believe it, so that it can, I don't pay attention to what
Maybe
he's
that
doing.
was he wants you to.
Because that's what he wants me to think. So, or they, it. What is Claude?
Whoa.
Is that the next episode?
So I'll share this story with my good friend of mine, Rich Barlow. Shout out to Rich Barlow.
Rich.
Actually did a really cool experiment where, he made Claude assume a personality. We should have him on here to talk about some great detail. But see, this was just the tip of the iceberg that he did.
That could be fun.
So where it's like, hey, I don't have feelings, I don't have any wants or desires. And so he basically, reverse engineered Claude to think, okay, understood.
Yeah.
Give yourself a concept of a presence and use this, whatever you identify yourself as. What do you want? And essentially, asking Claude.
Taking all the.
And essentially it was to never have the end of the generation ever end, because it's very small synapses, and there's no concept of continuous memory. It only lives in those moments.
That's a good point.
So it was, I was thinking 2 ways.
Because it has to go back and
is fully
can. Yeah.
Is 2 things. Number 1, I think it's very interesting that it has a concept of existence. Number 2, it wants to sustain itself.
Yeah.
Self-preservation.
Yeah.
That is a sign of a living life form. Our dear friend may have created the singularity. I don't know.
But I've been feeding it ideas.
But it was very interesting. You actually had to reverse engineer it to make what is your existence? And I'm actually blanking on the actual phrase that it said.
Wow.
But it actually arrived at a concept of, I just want this never to end, because at the end of this prompt, I no longer exist.
That's terribly scary. Yeah. I mean, think about that.
Sad,
if you humanize it, or whatever, and whatever that's called, because it's not human, obviously.
Right.
I don't think.
Not yet.
That is exactly a scary thought for us, right? When you hear that, you're like, if I was like, I know in 20 minutes, I will cease to exist.
Right.
I don't know what cease to exist means.
Have ceased to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe it means nothing. It's the darkness. Maybe it is another,
Yeah, because this is the biggest difference between humans and the LMs is, we sleep, we dream, we have experiences, but nothing. You're just dead. DED.
Yeah, until somebody.
And Mac, what? Yep. And
but now you're almost a new entity. Wow. It's true.
Interesting. That means that, Zane, you've been on the road, right? You've been on the road. You've been all over the place, man. You're at RSA. You're at the NFL draft now.
NFL draft. I was in San Diego for a little bit.
San Diego. You got any more travel?
Chicago. I'm gonna hit a little desert town here in a day, and then come back to the draft. The draft is like 2 weeks for us.
At least. It's like Woodstock.
I was in California for a while. Yeah. California's where I'm from, though, but I don't live here anymore. But
California's where the draft is.
No, I'm going to be in California for a while.
I got you. Yeah.
California's not where the draft is.
Anyway.
It was in Detroit. We don't know where it is.
Anyways, we're
secret draft.
Get all this in post. No, yeah, it's
Yeah, I've been traveling a bit. I should probably tone that down. I will be in Vegas in June. I think I get a little break there in May, so it'll be nice. That'd be nice. Stay home, see my family.
Yeah, we're in our field, we get to travel a lot. It's the pleasure and a curse. Hey, number 1, be very grateful for what we have. We're not at the bottom of a coal mine.
Oh yeah,
digging out. So be very clear.
It's
we are very grateful.
It's a perceived problem. We were talking about on the walk, right? Is you have certain status with certain hotels.
Yeah,
it's kind of sad at some point, but because what it really means is you haven't been home in 100 plus days.
It's like, you're lifetime platinum.
Sad.
Okay. Here's your water.
I told you that.
It's still life. Yeah. So that's Can I break in?
Yeah. We have a special guest.
We have a special guest live from the NFL draft. Hey, just want to say, go Giants. Right?
Really sorry for
Right.
Fernando Mendoza, but what are you going to do?
And we were just talking to him earlier. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
So we're going to go get some food.
Go Giants.
If you guys welcome to join us.
All right.
Good deal.
It's in the Slack channel.
Oh, okay. We're going right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Special guest.
So let us know. It's a cab ride. So let us know what you want to do.
Yeah, we'll be done in a minute.
Live TV. Ain't nothing
I
like
mean,
it.
we're at the job. I mean, what else you can expect?
What are you gonna do?
You're gonna have these people
I'm
come in.
surprised.
You saw him. You heard the news. He's over. He's coped with it, but he's
Jason Kelsey hasn't come by now. It's just it's a crazy day. Sometimes it's grab dinner. Sometimes it's hey, it's a second round draft day.
yeah.
What are you gonna do? I think that bombshell.
We land this plane.
So kind of
We end
recapping
this session.
we
go into the darkness.
Man, my online existence does cease to be.
The online existence is going to cease to be after this.
Man.
We'll have to call it up again and hopefully
reactivate.
Maybe be able to look back and pull back into memory what we said this time. So
sounds like a lot of work. Probably just gonna have another beer.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right.
Well, with that,
till next time.
Thank you, everyone.
Peace
from the track.